Hello and welcome back to episode 128. It is a cold one here in Cape Town, so good evening, good afternoon, and good morning from wherever you are consuming it. It might be cold outside, but we're going to try and keep it warm and hot with the conversation. So I'm joined by my co host, AF. AF, how's it going?
Yeah, this weather is dirty, man. Like, how was it? Some 30 degrees yesterday, and then today it's some raining and cold and windy and stormy. Cape Town, bro. But I'm good. I got my Milo here. If you were
Lovely stuff.
recording with me, you would have indulged in the same way, but you didn't want to. You decided to stay at home, but it's all good. It's all good.
I'm not going to lie to you. Last time I recorded there by you, I think I burnt my tongue and it took me like a week to recover. So I'm not gonna come there again. But that's
Because you're
fine.
going to
Amateur
get
Good to
hour.
hear
nerves.
that everything is good. Good to hear everything is good. You might be noticing that we've got our friend of the channel, Zarina, aka Red Devil Gal. Happy to have you back. How's it going? How's it been? It's been a
Not
while
too
since you've been on.
bad. Yes, it has been a while. I feel like, why does it feel like it was last year, but it wasn't last year? It was this year. But it's
It
been
was
so
last
Yeah.
season.
long.
Yeah, it was last
Yeah, it
season.
was last season, but last season feels like last year. No, but things has been good. Not too bad, not too bad. We're healthy, we're living, we're thriving. Yeah.
That's all we can ask for. Can you just talk us through that merchandise there? People are wanting to
The
know, are you
merch.
selling it? Are you selling? Are you
No,
auctioning?
I'm
What's happening?
not. I'm not auctioning. I'm not hit that status yet, please. To auction or have merch. But no, this was a gift for my birthday from my friend. She's so sweet. She like printed my what's this called again? My handle. Yeah, I was about to say my
Mm.
tagline, but I don't have a tagline. My handle, Red Devil Gal on here, and United Stadium, Old Trafford on the back of the hoodie.
Mm.
So yeah, so it was just maybe this is the intro to future merch. Like a
No, that's
letter,
great.
like a design, perfect font. I don't
Yeah.
know what you call this font, but maybe future me will find out. But yeah,
No,
like
all
yeah.
good, all good. Somebody's asking, how is the camera moving? Ziad, I don't know. Apparently, there's a
Gimbal.
cameraman
It's a
standing right
Another
next to
gimbal.
birthday
her,
present.
and he's
It's
just
my gimbal, guys. It's what's this? I have the bag. What's this called? Insta, not sponsored. Not sponsored. Insta
hashtag
360
not a ad.
Pro. So it's that Insta
Uh,
360 Pro. So it like
Everybody's going to be
moves.
Googling that now.
We
Like
should have probably put out like a disclaimer for any motion sickness. So if you
yeah,
have a
yeah, yeah.
ginger biscuit of some sort, maybe take
I'm
it
gonna start
because
jumping up and down here. I'm joking.
oh goodness, I think I actually might have to put my camera off then. I think I might get motion sickness. But yeah, we've got a jam-packed episode. It's 128, so we have to give you guys something exciting. We're going to talk a bit about the preseason that has commenced. We obviously all our teams have played a few internal friendlies, behind closed doors. We're finding out Liverpool apparently scored 5 against Stoke. Nobody has proof of that. So we'll be talking a bit about that. We'll be talking a little bit about transfers. As we always reference it, it is silly season. So no, Messi is not coming to play for Kaiser Chiefs, but he might sign for Arsenal. Who knows? Silly
You're
season.
wild, wild
And
segment.
then we will chat a little bit about a breakout player, somebody to keep an eye on, and not just one, but a few. So yeah, we're gonna jump straight in. We've got two Man United fans. I'm gonna keep the fact that Bruno is still carrying their team. I'm gonna hold on to that just for a little bit. We're gonna talk a little bit. As the host, I have creative license, so we'll talk about Arsenal. Um, AF specifically, I'm gonna come to you, my friend. I'm gonna ask you about the youngest boss man, Max Dauman. Talk me through it. Have you seen any of his performances? Is he
I,
one to watch for the season?
I've seen some of those, those Twitter clips, and then they have the whole AFTV losing their
Yeah,
minds over this. I mean, but he's impressive though. Like 15 years
yeah.
old, the kid can do it all. I think he just needs to get some more physicality. He gets knocked off the ball quite easily, but yeah, he's a serious talent.
Nah, that's fair. That's fair. Zarina, I'm gonna ask you because look, I'm not gonna lie. I've seen some of the clips. You saying that Arsenal not going to win anything because AFTV's announcement of Victor Gyökeres.
Oh, that was cringe.
Nah, that was so
I
cringe though.
mean,
Can we be
look,
honest?
so
That was
as
bad.
cringe as that is, what are your thoughts on that signing? Do you think it's the piece that Arsenal's been missing? Do you think it is a league title incoming, or is it maybe just a Carabao Cup and maybe an Emirates Cup at the start of the season?
You know what, hey? I genuinely think with the squad that they can win a trophy. What trophy, I'm not sure of yet. And I'm going to say why I'm not sure if it can be Prem. Just because the way Liverpool's moving right now with the players that they are buying, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be tough. I do think you guys needed a striker though. Kai Havertz, yeah, he fell off a little, but man's getting gebouw, but we can touch on that later. But I feel like Gyökeres, I'm going to say his name correctly, is, I'm not going to say final piece. I do think you guys could make maybe one more purchase, maybe midfield. But other than that, I think this is a decent squad, and I think this is an award trophy winning squad. But I don't know what trophy, and I don't think Prem is going to be easy to get.
Yeah, look, I hate saying it. I sound like the most cliche fan ever, but this is our year. But I
Oh
think
yeah, the insult, the insult.
if you don't
Please.
believe in your team,
Oh,
then what are you doing? Isn't it? But
starting to
okay,
side
yeah.
with
Look,
United supporters.
I must stop hanging out with you two. I think then I'll stop sounding like a. Yeah.
Then what good is that going to do?
Nah, fair. I actually
Still
might
gonna
just
come
be
second.
worse off. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm
As
sorry. I'm sorry.
no
I'm sorry.
friend of the channel or foe of the channel, I'm not sure. I'm still trying to figure it out. But yeah, talking about Liverpool, they've obviously spent a pretty penny.
Sure.
The form has been up and down, but lost against AC over the weekend, if I'm not mistaken, and then won today.
yeah.
Um, After spending close to 300 mils, do we hold them to a standard now that they have to win everything? Or
I would. I wouldn't say everything. Like we must remember what I was looking up the other day. The stats of players coming from Bundesliga, the success rate, and players coming from Serie A. And I think it's 40 to 50% success rate from the Italian league and 50 to 60% from Bundesliga. Like it's not for sure that they will do well, but
yeah,
majority of the time, it seems like when they come to Prem, they do over the like last 5 years. But we'll see. I don't think every trophy. I think expecting them to win every trophy is ridiculous.
yeah.
Prem, I honestly feel they might just get another Prem. This new 25-26 season, I think they can take it. I genuinely think so. And Slot he has slotted in nicely. my dad joke. He's adapted very quickly to Prem. Yes, I know Klopp done a lot of work, but maintenance of that squad, I think he's done pretty well in his first season with Liverpool. So I think Liverpool could take another one, as much as it hurts me to say that. I do think they could take it again.
I don't think Abe's gonna agree with you. I can see you shaking his head there.
You know what I'm
Absolutely
saying?
not.
Abe, give
Who
us
do
your
you think is
thoughts
going to
quickly,
take
please.
it?
I think I would rather Chelsea win the league than Liverpool, and that's just a selfish thing because currently Liverpool are neck and neck with United now in titles, 20 each.
Yeah.
Don't want them to overtake us. So Arsenal or Chelsea needs to pull through this season. Like you guys need to. Jason, you guys have Gyökeres now, bruh.
Please,
Like
please,
there's
please.
no
But
excuse
also,
anymore.
think
There
think
is no
about it, Abe.
excuse anymore.
Think about it, AF. Do you want Liverpool fans to be happy or do you want Inzi to be happy? Because that's even worse.
But that's why I'm saying you must come through, so I want you to be happy.
Nah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. Let's not hurt these United fans any longer and talk about Liverpool. Sorry for the Liverpool fans in the chat.
I don't think we had any Liverpool fans in the chat either, so I don't know who we were catering for
I
that
think we
segment.
might be summoning Asfar as we talk. But yeah, AF,
Maybe.
talk me through United against West Ham. I think it was a case of as seasons gone by, Jared Bowen scoring for West Ham, Bruno scoring for Man United. What are we holding on to from the game?
Yeah, so I spoke about this on this past week's episode of the Red Talk. You can find that on the channel as well with Kenya Pani. But United, they looked, that first 11 that Ruben fielded was probably the team that he's going to start the season off with. Bar Bueno, I still don't know where Bueno is going to fit into that team with the correct balance. But for the most part, that first 11 did really well. You could see when he changed everything in the 68th minute or 69th minute, how that second 11 who came on, they just fell off completely. They were off the pace. They didn't know what to do with the ball. Their passes were going wayward. But yeah, from everything that I saw with that first 11, from that first 70 minutes, was really impressive, and it filled me with a bit of confidence. Even Hoyland's ran at the start. Bro, where did you become Sonic? Where did you get that burst of pace from?
Who was he running against? Was it Ogbonna?
Max
Was it
Gilman.
Angelo? Oh, okay. Look at AF. Then there's not much to
No, Max
go by
Gilman
that, eh?
had a head start there, had a proper head start, and the guy still gassed him.
Yeah, but Max Kielman is running with his handbrake up. That's now one thing. Max Kielman is used to playing futsal. Rasmus must just be careful not to sprint too fast and tear his hamstring.
Check here.
Bro,
Let
this
me
point-
celebrate my small wins with Hoyland. I will celebrate my small. Where's Riaz in the chat?
I still don't
The
like
Riaz
time when
said-
I need the brat to back me up.
No, Diaz said Hoyland number one. So
Never.
I don't know what that means. Number one to go, number one to stay, number one on the team sheet. Riaz, is he going to stand keeper because you have Andre Onana as well? That's the question.
Put Hoyland in goal.
Hey,
Maybe he's
hey.
used to saving
Put
the
Hoyland in
shots.
goal.
Sarina, talk to me about what your thoughts were on the game. Were you able to catch it? And
I did not.
what's
I
your
was
thoughts?
celebrating my birthday. I'm gonna be honest. I told myself I'm not going to allow myself to get triggered by Manchester United into my birthday. And I actively said I am not going to watch this game. Because they're gonna irritate me, they're gonna make me stress for the new season, and then they somehow won. And I said,
Is that like a omen now? Maybe are
Yeah,
you saying
maybe-
you're not
maybe
supposed
you
to
shouldn't
watch
watch.
it, you're gonna miss the whole
Maybe.
season?
maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I must just not watch the games. Because even last season, there was a game I missed and then we won. And now I'm thinking, yo, if this happens the third time, then maybe I am the problem. Then maybe I
Obviously,
am.
right? So what's the first stage? Isn't it acceptance?
It's acceptance. Acceptance.
You
No,
must-
acceptance is a third, isn't it?
Oh,
Because it's
what's the
anger,
first stage? Oh, it's anger. Okay.
anger,
Well,
denial,
whole
then
season,
acceptance.
whole season you were angry. Now we are
All
denying
season I was
it.
angry. Then I was
Now
in
denying.
denial. Then acceptance. I feel like we're missing a few, but it's fine. It's not the point.
Fine. We are almost at
Sadness
the
was
full
lost.
cycle, eh? Yeah, we're almost at the full cycle. But yeah, look, it was something that I'm not going to say it intrigued me because I myself didn't stay up to watch. I just slept. When I watched the highlights, I mean, again, same old. Bruno pulling the strings. Bruno looking a bit better in a advanced role as opposed to playing in a double pivot, which I mean anybody could have said that. But I am intrigued to see how he's going to squeeze in Bryan Mbeumo, Cunha, and everybody else as well. I think that's the key. And also, if all your defenders can stay fit, man,
Yo, please, touch wood.
that
Wherever
is
there's
the
wood.
biggest thing.
Because that's gonna
I've
stress
only
me
got
out.
a wall here, so if I knock on a wall, is that like reversing the whole?
Yeah, that's
wood thing?
reversing. You see
Man,
now.
maybe you have a wooden cupboard behind you.
Touch wood,
Nah,
please. I
college.
hope none of our
Green
defenders
screen.
get injured.
Green screen.
Green screen. But I'm even
yeah,
worried
let
about
us know. I mean,
Mbeumo. I'm worried
what?
about Mbeumo because he's not fit. And by the time he's fit and ready to go, it's our first game against you guys.
Yeah.
And that's
He's
problematic
not
for
playing
me.
tonight either.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he's not fit enough.
Yeah.
I remember a certain left footer's first game in the Prem. and he came on against us, and I think he scored, and I think Rashford was still at the club. Yo, there was.
Antony.
I have horror stories. I have horror stories about that game, but it's fine. Yeah, let us know in the chat just what you're thinking about Man United season, and if you don't want to get that far, let us know about what your thoughts are on the remaining preseason games. We can definitely chat about that. We are going to move on, at least in Buemo, fit for interviews. Look,
Bruh.
I think I must touch wood there now. This isn't a green screen, guys. Maybe he's staying fit. Okay, let's hope so. But knowing Man United, knowing the English media, he's probably gonna have to do like 15 interviews. I remember Amorim coming, and it was basically like therapy for him, right? He was having to do live televised therapy sessions, about this and this, and it's like the scrutiny that Man United fans, or not fans, but rather the coach and the players get, second to none, man. Second to none.
That is
Is
was
that
terrible.
some sympathy that I'm hearing from you, Jason?
Perhaps, but I think it's because I want you
He
guys.
cares,
I did also hit this wall quite a few times, so I might be asking for sympathy a bit later when my hand starts paining. But it's all good. It's all good. We'll now move on to a bit of transfer chat. And at the time of prepping, we obviously have rumors, and then at the time of recording, we have done deals. So AF, the first one we're going to pull up, we're going to be talking about Liverpool again, and I'm sorry as the Man United fans here. Luis Diaz, that looks like he's trying to order farm on Instagram, but 66 million. Liverpool to Bayern. AF, are you happy? Because I know this guy used to torment you when it used to be Liverpool against United.
I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. I think he's going to a team that will be able to use his skill set more than Arne Slot would. And I think that's why he pushed for the move. I think that he liked Jurgen Klopp's system, the heavy metal football, and Klopp came in. He was more methodical in the way that he wants to build up his play and not really rely on explosive wingers. So that basically takes him out of the game a little. We'd rather rely on Cody Gakpo instead, who could come centrally if he needs to. So I'm happy for Luis Diaz to go to Bayern. He's going to a team who loves the explosive wingers, and I see this as a good deal.
Nah, that's fair. That's fair. Zarina, anything on this Luis Diaz move? Do you think Liverpool are just very lucky with sales, eh?
Nah, they are. But look, Luis Diaz is a top player. I also do think he's going to flourish in Bundesliga. The pace is slower. So having a player like him, they are going to kill that side of the world. So, no, I'm happy for him. Shane, he's going to be appreciated there regardless.
Yeah. I think it's a bit of a weird one because I don't think Liverpool wanted to really lose him. I think they've really grown fond of him, and even his eccentric father that's on the sidelines. But I think it's necessary in terms of the moves that they're wanting to make. So the 66 mil comes in handy on top of the other. I think they've spent close to 300 mil. So it's definitely. Yeah, it's just very good business, and I think it comes from a point of hurt as an Arsenal fan when my record sale is 35 million. It just hurts me, man. Even Gerald Kwanzaa went for more, and he went for 40
million. What on earth?
Yeah. So
but
yeah,
Liverpool didn't even need this money, bro. They won Prem. They got so much money from that already. They didn't need the 66 mil.
Nah, that's fair. That's actually a very good question, Ramesh. Will he do better than Mane? My opinion says yes. I think Mane was he was confident in who he was and what he could bring to the team, and I don't think he wanted to put up with anything besides the maybe a few other politics and political things that happen at German clubs. I think Diaz will do well, and it's definitely one to keep an eye on, especially with the season they had. Let's see if they can push on in the Champions League, and let's see what Vincent Kompany can do with that squad. So, yeah. Also, I do apologize. The sound sounds bad. Sounds terrible. Joral Hato, advanced stages, Ajax to Chelsea. This is more of a suspicious question, I think, Zarina. How many more players do you think Chelsea need to sign? 50 mil.
At this point, At this point, they're trying to fill the stadium, bruh. Like, I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't understand it. I genuinely don't understand it. And you know what it is, eh? They find all these loopholes in these policies and I don't know what's the book called that they use with all the laws and stuff, financial fair play. Like, there's so much gray area that they can use. And I've always said I need to know who the guy is that they have hired as the strategist, because I need this man to plan my life. Because the way he finds these loopholes to purchase all these players, I don't get it. And they are never on the list, or if they are, it's speculation, on the list of clubs who've spent too much money. They always get out of it. And it annoys me so much. Because if anything, they have the most news about transfers. Another player signed, another player signed. And that every single time. Like, I can't.
Nah.
But look, sorry, Jason.
Go for it.
They essentially getting rid of Benoit Badiashile. I think he's going to be on the way out. Renato Vega's deciding to stay at Juventus for another loan, and then I think that there's going to be an obligation to buy at the end of that one. So they are like losing some more defenders. So obviously they want to get in, but that's literally what the business model is right now. They're buying players to sell them in like a year or a year and a half like down the line. And we'll get to that one in a bit with Joao Felix. But that's essentially what they're doing. The players, some of the players aren't even staying there longer than a full season. Some of them are literally there for 6 months and then they move on again.
Yeah. Nah, that's fair. But also, I think why they're able to negotiate such high fees is because they sign these players onto 9-year deals, and then teams are essentially having to pay them out for the remainder of the contract, and they are doing exceptionally well. I mean, as long as Arsenal's in the market, I think Chelsea's always going to be making money. So that's unfortunately, at least money is staying within London, so that's always good. But yeah, definitely an interesting one to watch. They are signing a new squad every season. Let's see if they can try the one squad for this comp, one squad for that comp gimmick again. They're not playing the Conference League. It will be a step up from where they were previously playing, so that'll be intriguing to see. AF, hit me with the next one there, my friend.
I'm gonna
the man, the
throw
myth,
this
the
one.
legend. 100%. Give us your thoughts here. 50 mil to Al Nassr after they've got Mane, they just completed Joao Felix, and they've got Ronaldo. Do you think Ronaldo's the one advocating for the signing?
Surely not.
Just rounding up the troops.
Nah, bro. Can't be. Or maybe, I don't know. Wait, this question wasn't even for me. I'm cutting off AF here. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. No,
it was for you.
We're 100%
It
throwing
was
it to you. Yeah, we're 100% throwing it to you. Let's just see what your thoughts are, because at one time his fidget spinner move was everybody's favorite.
I know. Look, but if he goes that way to Saudi, obviously he'll do well there. I mean, a Saudi league is not so, okay, I won't say in so many words, but people who come from Spanish league, English league, even Italian league that go to Saudi always do well, regardless. So, you know what? If we're going to get the money for him, by all means. Because if anything, he was too much money. Way too much money. And to this day, I will never forgive Eric Ten Hag. Never.
Well, he was almost going to take him to Germany, wasn't it? Eric Ten Hag was also trying to get the whole squad back together.
Yeah, he was.
So maybe that's just one. But yeah, I think it's, if we think back to the first big move of European to sort of the wilderness, it was Oscar from Chelsea. And he then moved to China for generational wealth. So I reckon if Antony, I mean, all of his stories talks about him having to dribble through the favelas, maybe just cash in, maybe 1 or 2 seasons, earn a bucket load of money, and then just you can maybe return. I think there was somebody that was at Porto. I think one of those kids went to Saudi, won the league, and now he's on his way back again. So maybe you just need to earn a bank.
So
maybe that's something. AF, talk to us.
From what I've read, and like Cristiano Ronaldo has a lot of pull in at Al Nassr now. So he replaced the chief sporting director with a Portuguese guy. I think his name is Coutinho. And yeah, he just like replaced the entire sporting executive board with these people. He's the one that like called for Joao Felix to come, so they made that happen. The rumor is that he's the one asking for Antony. Him and Antony apparently got on really well at United. Like there's a lot of there's a lot of friendship there, and the from the latest report that I read yesterday is that Al Nassr is willing to pay up to 60 million to get Antony.
Yeah.
I'm taking that and running. Like if that is happening, if that is legit, then take it. That will do wonders for United's PSR, and then we can finally just move on.
Yeah, it will take some of the heat off as well. Like we have this player, Antony, and we're still paying him off, which annoys me so much. So at this point, like we shouldn't even be greedy and try to push for more. If we get an offer that's even close to the value, I think we should take it and deal with whatever afterwards.
Nah, that's fair. I was also look in prep for this. I was reading that he prefers a move to Spain again. So he wants to go back to Betis, obviously.
He wants to stay in Europe.
Yeah. So the only problem is I think United need to make the sale, and I think they only need like 30 odd million to just satisfy PSR requirements. So anything more is just extra bonus.
So
then I
Al
think of a
Nassr
guy
is
like
Al Nassr is they're in the process of selling Otavio to Al Hilal, I think. So that leaves their right wing like open, because I don't think Joao Felix is going to be playing right wing. He's too slow, and then mine is on the other side. So them looking for a right winger is something that they need to be doing, and this could just fall in line with what they currently need.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it's just that last consideration is where is he going to be playing the most competitive football, knowing that it's World Cup year. If he has any ambitions, is he going to be looked down at if he does go play in Saudi versus if he cuts his teeth in Spain a bit more, stuff like that. So yeah, one to watch, definitely one to watch.
Now, if I earn that much money, I don't care who looks down on me, bro. Sorry.
Fair play. This is it's probably the biggest saga that's going on at the moment. Alexander Isak to Liverpool or to anywhere besides Newcastle. Rumors going around that he's apparently gone back to Sweden just for a bit of a holiday. All of these undercover Twitter journalists are now following his movements. They see he's walking his dog and all that stuff, but I think he's flat out refused to go to training.
Yeah.
If now that Luis Diaz has been offloaded and there's that extra money, do we see a bit of a reshuffle, and do they go full out for this Alexander Isak signing?
I think they're definitely going to try. They are 100% just going to try their best to get their man. He wants, like Ziad says in the chat, like he only wants Liverpool, and they have the money to do it. They just like sold Luis Diaz now. The only thing is, in terms of playing time, him and Ekitike, they're going to have to basically compete for that starting spot, because I can't see them playing with a two-striker formation. I can't see on a slot going to a 4-4-2 in 2025. That's just beyond my brain at the moment. But yeah, that's the only thing that I will think about. Like if I'm Ekitike, I'm thinking, okay, so why did I do this then? I should have just gone to Newcastle. I knew that I was going to start every game over there. Yeah, man. Like I think it's a good move. I think if Liverpool gets this signing in, that's probably another Premier League all done and dusted already. But yeah, keen to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions.
I do think it's wild. No, I think it's wild because I do feel bad for Ekitike, because they obviously didn't say that they're going to go for Isak and only brought it up after Ekitike already signed, announcement made, everything like that. So I do think how they moved was a little bit, not even a little bit. I feel like that was unfair, because he thought he's coming there as the number one guy. And now it might not be that he's number one guy, because if anything, if they do get Isak, which they're probably going to, and I hope they don't, but if they do get him, he's going to get priority because he's proven. That's always the thing. A player must be proven. He's been playing fire of a striker last season. So I feel bad for Ekitike. But I mean, Isak will kill it. He will absolutely kill it at Liverpool.
It would be very intriguing to see how they structure the team to set it up. Just because they have to get that right balance. Because
Yeah.
playing with so many good frontline players means your midfield and backline might be a bit exposed. And I think teams would be able to get at them. But I think from a playing perspective, Ekitike is what, 23? I think Isak is now going 27, 28. So
Yeah.
it's a good chance. You spend one season learning from somebody who, like you say, is proven. And then next season you just back yourself and you can challenge for maybe a more consistent starting and things of that nature. I think if they do sign this, if they do sign Isak, it means Darwin Núñez is gone for sure.
Oh no, definitely. Definitely.
And the concern I think possibly is if they do lose Núñez, they've now lost Luis Diaz. They're also going to lose Chiesa because he hasn't done anything. Maybe it does stretch them a tad bit thin. Not that I'm honestly complaining, but they've got a few kids coming up, but you're then staking a lot on kids. And yeah, so that will be definitely one to watch. Let's see how it all unfolds, because Isak is not going to go train. Newcastle are left in limbo, but I'm sure that if they are going to be getting 130, they'd want that sooner rather than later for them to then enter the market and maybe go after a potential United target. So yeah, definitely one to keep our eyes peeled on. Let us know where you think he's going to land. We had obviously briefly spoken about Joao Felix as well. He's now confirmed 45 million for a guy who's been more like he's been on a Euro trip recently.
You're this guy.
And
His career needs to be studied, honestly.
yeah,
His
I think
career can
him
fall.
and maybe
His career should
Morata.
be a trilogy. His career should be
Yeah,
a trilogy, man. Like, this man has been at so many clubs. Like,
he's been
so
getting
many.
stamps. Maybe he's just been collecting kits for like his
Yeah.
fives teams. He plays futsal. He's like, guys, I got this kit. This evening we'll play with this kit here. But 45 million again, Chelsea have this market on lock. I think it is a bit, there's also a bit of controversy surrounding it because apparently the PIF that owns Al Nassr also has a stake in Chelsea or something like that. So it's kind of like cleaning money somehow. And I'm not going to get into that. AF knows that I love gossip, but that's only about Pedro Pascal. So yeah, what are your thoughts on this one, AF? Do you think he'll revive his career and maybe come back to Europe?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go through his career right now. So Benfica, Atletico Madrid, Chelsea, Barcelona, back to Chelsea, AC Milan, and now Al Nassr. But I think the only person who can rival this list is Alvaro Morata, probably. I mean, there's so much that he could have accomplished. There was so much potential for this kid, and he just never ever reached that potential. He never ever reached that ceiling. I think going to the Saudi league, it could be the best fit for him. He could.
Yeah.
I'm not saying reignite his career, because I don't think if he's going to perform well over there, he's going to come back to Europe and do anything good again. But yeah, I think for what it's worth, the money that they paid him, he's going to secure the bag for his future, and yeah, you'll probably score about 20 goals or so a season in Saudi Arabia, which I think is okay for him.
Yeah, definitely one of those wonder kids that we thought was going to kick on after Benfica. I think he had an amazing breakout season, and then some might chalk it down to that move to Atletico, having to play in the Diego Simeone team.
Yeah.
it might have sort of stunted some of that growth and some of that potential, but definitely one to watch to see whether he has a bit of a revival and does make it back, or if, like Kenny says, he's just going to end up at MLS playing with Hugo Lloris or Olivier Giroud, or I don't think he's there anymore. But anyway, AF, give me the last one that is of intrigue for the both of
Okay.
you.
And then we can just flip it straight to Zarina.
Ooh, my striker!
First, give us accurate pronunciation, please, and then you can talk us through whether he's going to rival Rasmus.
Linguistics.
Linguistics. Benjamin Sesko. Nah, guys. You know what, eh? I'm worried. I really want him, but at the same time, I was 50-50 with Ollie Watkins. I was 50-50. Just because Watkins, like I said, Prem proven and a little bit older. He has a bit more experience in Prem. Benjamin Žižko's what, 22 years old? I've seen videos of him. He plays well, but the pace with RB Leipzig on that side of the world is not the same as the pace in Prem. But then I think to myself, look at Haaland. He's just so long, so tall, almost 2 meters tall. Like at Dortmund, it also looked like he's not gonna fit in very nicely. And a lot of people are saying that Benjamin could be the next Haaland, which is a bold statement to make. But you know what, eh? At this rate, I would make the gamble. What's it? Yeah, I would gamble and put him on over Ollie Watkins. But it's also, I'm so 50-50. I'm very 50-50. Just because he's so young.
Yeah. And
I don't want
look,
another
comment.
I don't want another Oiland. What's it? How can you expect results with can you all new and haven't played together ever? That's the thing. At least Cunha's getting time now with the squad. Brian is not getting time to be playing with the squad and getting into the rhythm of things now with all these preseason friendlies. It's going to be tough. People need to figure out how others play, adjust accordingly. So it's going to be tough. But that's the same to say for Liverpool as well, with Frimpong, Wirtz, them all coming there. So you can't really make that argument that all these new players are coming. It's not like they're deciding how to play. The coach is telling them how to play. You know what I'm saying? They must just adjust according to what they want. But yeah, I'm keen though. I'm keen.
AF, what are your thoughts, and where is the 70 mil going to come from? Is it Antony Sale?
I'm cautiously optimistic because like we've seen them going for a young striker before, and it didn't. I wouldn't say it didn't work out because I mean Boylan and Sesko, they're the same age. I think they're like 2 months apart or something. So the same age. Boylan got to United at the age of 19, and he was tasked with leading the line alone at that age. And I feel like that was a monumental task for him to take on alone. I really thought that Watkins would have been the more logical signing. 40 million plus experience in the Premier League. He hasn't. I think he scored above 14 goals this season in the Premier League since he started over there for the past like 5 years that he's played in the Premier League. He's played with Mbuemo before at Brentford, so they already have some link up and chemistry. But I mean, whatever United decides, if they're going to sign Sesko, you have to get behind the decision and just support the team.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Look, given the chance, right, and this is off the Sesko top because I think he's a great player. I think it does unfortunately put you in the same position where you have a young guy leading the front line. But given the option, right, do you rather sign? This is one of those would you rather questions. Would you rather sign Ollie Watkins or would you sign Emi Martinez?
Ollie Watkins.
Yeah.
Like, definitely.
So, regardless of how many goals you concede, Watkins will just score more.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, fair play. Look,
and I'm banking on the fact that the defense will actually do well with the preseason behind them under Amorim.
Okay. Now, fair play. Look, Luke Shaw has been pretty vocal. I think it's probably because they've reinstated the kitchen staff.
Be careful,
That
don't say his
is
name,
Not a
just
bit
don't get
more.
injured.
Yeah. I mean, look, that is also very possible. But yeah, he seems to be of the belief that Amorim has changed things and he's implemented a few non-negotiables. So it would be interesting to see after a good preseason
Yeah.
what might happen. I think both Arsenal and United have really tricky opening fixtures. The first 6 are ridiculous for us. So it
I'm
would
gonna
be
have to get,
interesting
I
to
don't
see.
know, anxiety tablets.
Yo, maybe just don't watch it. Maybe it's
Maybe
better
I
for
should
your
just
health,
not watch.
and then maybe it's also better for Man United. Who
Yeah,
knows?
because then maybe we win.
Maybe we win. I think AF won't mind that.
Yeah, if
But
I don't watch.
unfortunately, you have to
Imagine not
spend more
watching.
time
I
with your
have to.
fiance and the family and all of those things. So yeah, that's just the way that you
No, I
want
have
to
to
do that.
watch. I have to
Yeah.
watch. I can't not. I'll literally have sleepless nights if I don't watch those games.
Yeah, nah, fair play, fair play. So that rounds up the very silly season, some might say. And by some, I mean me, because I call it extremely silly season. We're now going to jump into the little fun segment as we end off. As we have in the last few weeks, we've been looking at different topics, that have been a bit interesting for us, and hopefully it'll be a bit interesting for you. As the season is looming, we are now looking to identify a few breakout players, ones to watch, not your seasoned vets, not the ones that we know will bang, your Victor Gyökeres, your Kai Havertz, and I'm not going to say another Arsenal player, but your Bukayo Sakas. We are now looking for players that are breaking in, be it their first season in the Prem or maybe just getting a few more minutes. So we have like a top 5 thing going on here, but I'm just going to jump around. We're just going to ask a few and then we're going to get a few thoughts on it. So AF, do you have anybody that you would like to spotlight? You'd like to earmark?
I think first up, I'm going to go with Matt O'Reilly from Brighton.
Matt O'Reilly, Brighton. Okay.
Yeah, central midfield. I think we saw a glimpse of his talent last season. He came up clutch in a lot of situations. He had somebody next to him, Yasin Ayari, who was also just grew into the season last season. And I think Ayari was probably their best central midfielder, pushing up, whereas Baliba was more of that steal in the middle. But Matt O'Reilly, from all the times when he came off the bench, when he had his minutes, he looked very promising. And I think this season he'll probably explode a little bit more.
Okay. No, that's fair. That's fair. Zarina, do you have anybody outside United, or can I throw you a Man United related question?
You can throw me a United related question.
Okay. We're gonna touch on the defensive aspect, right? Because offensively, you're signing Prem players and things of that nature, and players that have played. Between Aiden Heaven and Patrick Dorgo, I think his name is Patrick, right? Or
yes,
just gonna go Dorgo, yeah. Who do you think has the bigger impact? Knowing both of them played a few games last season, who do you think cements themselves more?
I think Heaven, I think Heaven has a stronger presence than Dorgo on the pitch. But I also think it was very demanding when Dorgo came from Serie A. Immediately, Amorim threw him into the deep end. Whereas with Heaven, he came from Arsenal. So he kind of already knew the capacity or the aggressiveness that he's going to need to bring on the pitch to assert dominance. Because he's young, so obviously they're going to try to take advantage. But I think he's a stronger presence, eh? So I'm going to have to go with Heaven.
AF?
The only thing that I would say on that is the moment Licha comes back, and even though he'll be back for 3 games before he gets injured again, but when he comes back, then he immediately starts at that left centre back spot. And then Heaven would probably play the League Cup games or something. He'll probably have a good long cup run. But for the most part in the Premier League, I think when Licha is fit, he starts at left centre back. But Patrick Dorgo was one of my picks also for top 5. So I might as well just get 2 of them out now, seeing that we are speaking about Dorgo. But the 2 games that he's played now in the preseason, I mean, you can easily see progression in the way that he's like adapting to Amarim's methods, to Amarim's system.
Yeah.
And I think in that second game against West Ham, Bruno scored 2 goals. But if
Yeah.
you look at the statistics and the key passes and dribbles and all of those things, Patrick Dogo was like top 3 for everything. Like his impact on the game was huge. And I think that's something that can like fill us United fans with a lot of confidence.
I think he just needed this time with Ruben. That's all he needed was time. Because when he got there, he didn't have it. It was immediately thrown into the games. Yeah.
That's actually a very good question, Muzaffar. United does Maguire lose playing time?
Eridinho!
Eridinho came in clutch, eh? So
he did.
is he actually just like a fourth choice centre forward for you guys and then a first choice centre back?
Apparently, must be. Because man's is stepping up here. He's stepping up. I had to laugh. There was an interview where they asked him, or they asked Ruben, have you been working on dribbles with Maguire? What's going on?
But
the man's not here.
He's also always been slick, eh? He's always had that little tech. I think it started as well, and then Leicester, he would always make those very direct runs from the back. So yeah, definitely one to keep an eye on. If they don't land Sesko, maybe persevere with what they have, and then just unleash Haroldinho, as he's so aptly named. Okay, my pick, my first one, and it pains me to say more so for him than for me, is Andre Santos, Chelsea. Brazilian, one of the many Brazilians that Chelsea signed when I think they just turned 13 or 14. I don't know. But he had a very good season last season at Strasbourg. 11 goals, 5 assists. Rosenier, the coach, who I think used to play for Hull as well, promoted him to captain like midway through, and I think he guided them to European football. So that must mean something. The problem I have is his breakout season might be hindered by 5 other people in his same position that are also going to be vying for that spot. So it's really going to be a test of his mettle to whether he can actually solidify a spot. But if he does, I think he'll be a big impact. I think he played a few games now in the Club World Cup, and he looked very assured. So yeah, that's definitely one to watch for me. If you've given Dogu and you had given somebody else as well, do you have anybody else on the list? Matt O'Reilly, that's the one, yeah, sorry.
I think maybe let's throw to Zarina first, thing that I gave 2 already. And one of my top 5 was Andre Santos also. So
goodness, okay.
Basically three gone for me. But Zarina, you can go ahead.
Who else? There was a youngster that you guys signed. I can't remember his name, Jason. I think he's 15 years old.
Oh, that's the dude that we spoke about earlier.
Yeah.
Max
Oh, is it? Okay.
Max Dauman, yeah.
What is his name again?
Max Dauman.
Max Dauman, yes. I think he's also one to watch. I've seen a few clippies of him. I'm like, okay. Quite aggressive, quite clinical for such a young guy. So it'll be interesting to see how he grows. So keen to see how he's going to do, yeah.
Look, I mean, at the start of the show, I was a bit concerned because you were obviously making fun of us, but now it's a big upping. Max Dauman. AF, let's just keep on rotation. Okay. I've got Ayo Tanaka, the Japanese midfielder from Leeds, signed for them last season. I think he cost them like 3 mil, but a consistent 7.5, I think, out of 10 every game. So yeah, really assured, and I think Leeds are going to need calm heads. They've been up, they've gone down, they've been up, they've gone down. So I think somebody like that is good. And I do apologize for the echo. I'm hearing a bit of an echo on my side as well. But yeah, I really think he'll be good, and he'll be pivotal for, I think, Daniel Fark, if I'm not mistaken, if he's still managing at the start of the season. I've also got, and this might be a bit of a wild one, yeah, Granit Xhaka for Sunderland. That's more just for the nostalgia effect. He's coming out and a breakout season in that he's going to break out into a fight when Sunderland play against Newcastle and has to play against Bruno G, and Joelinton.
But
Bro, those
what
people always
about
look
when he
qualified.
what about when he curls one into the top corner at the Emirates Stadium in the
Your
90th
top
minute and the
bins
winner?
at Emirates.
I don't know about the winner. Maybe a consolation goal, and I will allow the Arsenal players to celebrate with him.
That's fair, man.
That's my last one. Okay, AF, hit us with one more. I think that might account to 5 of them.
I have 2 more. Ben Doak
Okay.
is one, and like he went out on loan to Middlesbrough last season. I don't think he did that well, but apparently he wasn't really fluid enough in that system. So he's coming back to Liverpool. I don't know if they're going to send him out on loan again, but the kid he's good enough to play in that team. I think he got his debut. I think he was 16 years old when Klopp gave him a debut. So he's been playing now for 3 years at the top-ish level, and yeah, he has the talent to do things, man. I think he's a very exciting player that the Scousers actually are they admire him quite a bit. He's a homegrown talent, and I can see him doing stuff, but the only downside is that they have Salah on the right wing and he plays on the right wing. So I don't see how he's going to get a starting spot. Definitely not. Maybe during the cup games.
Definitely not with Salah.
Yeah, I think he's a good talent. And then my last one is the Zimbabwean Marshall Monetsi from
What a legend.
Wolverhampton Wanderers. From Ubuntu Cape Town to
From
Orlando
Ubuntu.
Pirates to the Premier League. Now that Cunha's gone, you have him and Strand Larsen up top. It's gonna be wild things, bro. Watch.
Nah, that's fair.
Bro, we're getting
Gonna-
representation here in Prem, ne? Representation here for South Africa here in Prem. I love to see
Yeah.
it. We need to have more.
100%, man. I think it's. I mean, look, you have Brian Mbuemo, Cameroon's
Exactly.
finest.
Yeah.
So it's great. It's great
And
to
that
have that.
was that young boy that Chelsea also signed? That's also from South Africa. What's his name?
Oh, he's like
Oh,
young.
that dude is like
Yeah, he's
12 years
young.
old. He's like 12.
Yeah.
Nah, it was actually pretty legit. And I think if we're gonna go, I think in the championship for Portsmouth, Luke Leroux just signed.
Yeah.
That's also big ups to him. My last one on the list here, unless Zarina, do you have anybody else you need to watch? Any United? Maybe Diego Leone? Or
You know, and I might be judging him way too early. But from the videos I saw of him in Paraguay before he came to United, I was keen. I was excited. I was like, yo, this young guy is asserting dominance here on the pitch. I'm ready to watch him play at United. And I guess it must be nerves for that first debut game that he had, that friendly. And I'm sure it was nerves because he didn't look like the same guy I saw on the YouTube videos. And I get it. Because every time after maybe the whistle blew or stuff, he'll run over to Bruno or Cunha. Wasn't it? Like you always saw the camera cut to and then they'll be talking all the time. So I still think he can get there, but he has a lot of learning, a lot of adapting to the Prem. Because I don't know how the league is like in Paraguay, but I know Prem is tough. It's the toughest, I think. So we'll see how he does. But I'm rooting for him.
No, that's fair.
Kenny in the chat
Yeah.
says Silent Foot is a QPR signed from Stellenbosch FC.
Yeah, so that
is
also.
true.
Shout out.
True, yeah. After a very good AFCON, I think the only thing is Talon goes to the reserve team, where I think he will definitely own his craft there. Maybe what stands in Luke's favor is the fact that he's played in Europe but he's been in Sweden for quite some time. So yeah, my last player that I'm gonna mention is a kid that scored today. Actually, Liverpool fans must think I really support them. Rio. No,
Oh,
not at all.
are
Diaz
you
mainly.
faking it? Are you faking it, Josie?
No, not at all. Not at all. I wouldn't be caught dead in a Liverpool jersey. Rio Ngumo. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. The kid left Chelsea a few seasons back. He's been in Liverpool's academy setup. He's been doing really well, and I think he's finally showing. I think there's a lot of talk about him, both in the England youth setup, but also at Liverpool. They've really earmarked him. I think alongside Ben Doak as well. So definitely one to watch to see whether those minutes come, especially now that Luis Diaz is on his way. So yeah, definitely one to watch.
I have an honourable mention for Tyreek George, and we saw him last season. He came off the
Evil
bench.
Bukayo Saka.
Timo Bukayo Saka, essentially.
Yeah.
But I think this season he's gonna be vital for Chelsea. They're gonna be challenging across 4 different competitions, so they need that depth in their teams. And I think he's a really good player. He looks quite good.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, look, he had a bit of an impact last season. The problem is they've now signed 2 other strikers as well. So he now becomes 4th choice behind Jackson, Delap, and Joao Pedro. So knowing him, I mean, Jackson suspended for the first game. Joao Pedro probably going to get sent off in the first game as well. And then it's just him and Liam Delap. So 4-4-2 works out perfectly.
I heard that Chelsea wants to buy another striker.
No, man. Who now?
If they get
Who's the
Sesko
person?
before you guys even put a bid in, I
will toy.
I will stop watching for sure.
Bro, why? I don't understand. I saw that headline this morning. I'm like, why? You guys got your 2 strikers. Why do you need another one? Is it because of what the person in
the greedy in the Bible is Chelsea. Chelsea's picture is there.
There's ever pictures, if there's a picture version, then this is the greed that they talk about. It's one of the cardinal sins. Being greedy, and then it's just Enzo Maresca standing next to Todd Bowley. And these guys are just standing there with gold coins. But yeah, that wraps.
What was the thing that that thing between Enzo Maresca and Jurgen Timber last season, and then they just shook hands on the sideline? What did Timber tell him?
Oh, I genuinely don't know, but I think Maresca was chirping him, and then Timber just said something about the score, he referenced the score, and then they shook hands, and then they just went on with their life.
Yeah.
So it was a bit strange.
Enzo took notes, bro. He took notes for everybody that chirped him. He won the Club World Cup, and now he's going to just buy every player to try and win every competition out there.
This is villain arc story.
Big ups.
For real.
Big ups to that guy then. Let's see if it comes off. But yeah, that wraps up that segment and also the end of the episode, end of the live. I do apologize if the audio has been bad. I don't know what it is. I think next week I'm probably back at HQ. Because AF's not going to let me bring this channel to shame.
Next week there won't be any mails on, bro.
Yeah, HQ in the background, and I'm actually going to call you out. And, 100%. That was supposed to be the end spoiler, but now we'll just jump right into it. Next week we've got something special lined up. An all-female cast, actually. We'll be dropping that next week, Wednesday, so be sure to tune in. We absolutely loved this idea. AF came up with it, and we're now going to push forward. So we'll have our friend Red Devil Gal amongst a few others. We'll leave that maybe as a bit of a surprise. AF, who knows? Maybe it's Leah Williamson. Maybe it's Chloe Kelly. We don't know, but just be ready. It could be anybody. But yeah, we just want to thank Sarina again for jumping in. Where can the people find you? What is your tagline?
My tagline. I don't have a tagline, but I got a handle. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, RedDevilGal_. You can find me there, guys.
Lovely stuff. AF, where can the people find you?
Yeah, at AF Parker 642 everywhere.
Everywhere. Also, just want to big up AF as well because he has started the Red Talk. If you don't know, Man United fans, it's basically a support group that AF does. He gets fans on and they just cry together. It's very therapeutic. It's also good comedic value for the non-Man United fans. So be sure to check that out. Those episodes, are they happening weekly? Are they every
Weekly,
second week?
yes.
Weekly.
Weekly
Okay.
for the transfer window. And then
Weekly
the
for the transfer window.
season closes, and then it will start
Okay.
next year, June again. Yeah.
No, that's fair play. That's fair play. Yeah, we are at sportycast, and I'm at Jason_Ronnie on all of the major platforms. We appreciate the support. We appreciate all the comments. We really do enjoy talking about football. We enjoy having this interaction. So we just want more and more comments and more interaction. So we thank you. Even Asfar that came a bit late, even the late runs into the box are much appreciated. Yeah, we'll be dropping a few more bits of content, and then the season starts in like 3 weeks' time. So we'll be having our previews.
Correct.
We'll be having our top 4 selections. Always lovely doing that because it divides everybody. We have Man United finishing in the top 4. Let's see it. Let's believe it. So I just want to thank everybody that's both on the call and in the chat, and we'll catch you guys next week. Cheers.